Just give me your opening statement in terms of thoughts on the game.
Well, I thought, you know, for the most part, if you look at the totality of the game, particularly the second half, I think they had 21 or 23 points, but we were just able, from a defensive standpoint, to be solid. I thought the pressure didn't necessarily make them turn the ball over, but it sort of made them uncomfortable, and they weren't able to settle as easily into their offense. And then, of course, Richaun Holmes had 17 points in the first half, and he ends up getting 4 in the second. So we did a better job. We didn't do a great job on him, but we did a better job. And then on our end, we had some guys really step up. Jared Eustace was huge for us, getting the 14 points and how he got them making threes, driving to the basket, making free throws, came up with a couple steals. Giovanni McKnight has 10 rebounds. And so, you know, you look at that game, Sullivan makes all his free throws. You look at the team, we're 20 of 21 from the free throw line, and we out-rebound them by 2. And so we did some things that allow you to be successful on the road. I think we had 11 turnovers. I'd like those to be a little bit lower, but we didn't beat ourselves.
Talk about the full court pressure that you guys really, I mean, it seemed like that's really where it got you going. Maybe didn't force many turnovers, but
Right.
it really seemed like it got the team energized.
Well, I think it's obvious that the group tends to derive some energy from it. But, you know, we play an interesting game in that we had some guys that lost some major minutes that are probably really tired. But, you know, it's funny, this team seems to come up with deflections when we're pressing, and they seem to really, really energize each other. And consequently, you know, we're able to get up and down, and here and there we're able to get some transition opportunities, which certainly helps us, and we're able to open up the court more.
And first half, I mean, it almost felt like Bowling Green was almost starting to pull away a little bit. Got, I think, 8-9 point lead, something like that. And then Eustace really came in and made a couple huge. But I know you kind of commented on him a little bit,
right.
But he really got hot there.
Well, we get back-to-back. I want to say it's almost back-to-back threes from Jarrett and Sullivan. So that lead they have, we're able to cut the lead down. So we're able to be right there and hang around. And anytime you're on the road, you know you're going to have to withstand some runs. And we were able to do that. We were able to hang in there. We didn't lose our composure. And we're able to find a way to win the game in the second half.
You talked about a little bit about how you were able to slow Holmes down there in the second half. Can you just explain, you know, what you mean by that?
I'll say this: I don't think there's necessarily slowing Richaun Holmes down. We were fortunate. Obviously, he had 17 in the first half. He ends up with 21 in the game. He's a terrific player, an unbelievable athlete, and so we were able to do some things. And he didn't get as much of a groove. He started off the second half right away with the bucket, so I was concerned about that. But Richaun's a terrific player. I'll be glad when he graduates.
When he's making those threes early on, I mean,
right.
6'10", and he's making these.
Yeah.
As a coach, you're just like, we got to let him. You almost need him to shoot those.
Well, I'll
things,
tell you what. If you look at his numbers this year, as he shot the three, he had shot the three ball extremely well, and so I think he was 3 of 3 in the first half. Might have been 4 of 4, but you know, you're in a bind. What do? You're talking about a kid that can step out and shoot threes, and then he can go in the paint and he can affect the game. So good for us in that he started missing some of those shots in the second half, and we did a better job on him defensively.
Last question. That's two wins in a row. Things really. I mean, I've seen you guys play most of the games. I feel like maybe your best 2 games of the year. I mean, is that kind of how you're feeling as well?
I mean, I think it's confidence. You know, we've lost some close ones on the road down the stretch of games where we were right there and we couldn't figure out how to close them out. So what you hope you do is throughout the course of the season is that you learn from every game and that you get better throughout. And so we've been able to do this. Obviously, we had some struggles earlier. I don't think our record is indicative of the kind of team we have. That's a good team over there. Tough night for them. But, you know, happy for our group and that they came out and they were able to play, they were able to execute, and able to reap the rewards of playing hard on the road and getting a win. So kids get to enjoy the bus ride home, and then once we get home, it's over and you have to move on to the next one.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.